And we're live.
Nice.
Okay, let's check that. What's up, everybody? Welcome to pregame. Right now, it's just me and Bliss, but hopefully, we'll get a couple more 100-proofers. I think Ivor's going to swing by in a little bit.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Anybody that's in the chat, whenever somebody gets in there, just let us know how it sounds. We're just testing this the first time. So it would be helpful to know if it's working. Just let us know. So I guess we start with the spoiler stuff. I'm assuming that 99% of Twitch is already like on top of Mandalorian.
Yeah, you'd have to assume, but just in case.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about Mandalorian. So if you haven't watched it, go get a Disney Plus account and leave us alone. I have gone back and watched it again. I'm guessing that you have too.
I haven't yet.
Okay, so you've watched it just the one time.
Just the one time, yeah.
Okay. I am happy with it, but I'm very cautious of the fact of it getting overused and like getting brought back as like an entire season of something. I think that if I have to watch an entire season of Mark Hamill in the like CG, I would be bummed out.
Yeah, well, they're talking about using someone else. I don't remember off the top of my head. As a young Luke Skywalker, not using Mark Hamill.
Like a body double?
A younger actor. No, it was a professional actor. It was somebody famous. I forget who they said it was, though, off the top of my head.
Yeah, but see, you get it both ways. Because, like, if you do CG Mark Hamill, you get the people that are like, doesn't look like Mark Hamill, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
And then it's like, if you use somebody else, they're like, well, that's not Mark Hamill. God, that's awful. Like, it's not who I wanted.
Yeah, but, I mean, the guy in the Mandalorian suit's not an original Mandalorian either from 1978. So
you're talking about Boba Fett.
No, I'm talking about the main character, the Mandalorian.
Oh, there was another Mandalorian?
The main character of the Mandalorian.
No, I know that. I'm just saying that like there was a 78 Boba Fett, but there a 78 Mandalorian. Like this is our first time.
That's what I'm saying. We didn't have one.
Oh, okay, I get what you're
saying. But actually, that is the Boba Fett.
Yeah, no, the real Boba Fett from the original series just died this last week.
Oh yeah, no, that's the Boba Fett from the prequels that we have right now.
Oh, okay.
I watched. A lot of people did. A lot of people that I talked to did this too. Everybody binged some Star Wars last weekend after they watched The Mandalorian.
I think that it was a necessity, and I know that Dave Filoni, he was talking about how the original prequels were masterpieces, and I think that they're good, especially like based on the fact that they're from the 90s and like 90% of the shit in the 90s was garbage.
Yeah.
But like I don't think that I could sit through watching all of the prequels. And I know that Jar Jar Binks gets a bad rap out of it because it's like 90% of people's problem with the prequels is Jar Jar Binks.
Well, 90%, 99% of people's issue with the prequels is the first movie.
That was the one where he was where Anakin was young and like.
Yeah, where he's a little kid and he does the pod races, which is like the best part of the movie. But it's like what do they call them? The Metachlorians or whatever.
Yeah.
That they talk about in a Jedi's blood.
Yeah.
They never come back and talk about that ever again. It's the only episode that mentions Metachlorians.
Well, they talked about like I thought that they talked about it in Force Awakens or what was the last one called? It wasn't Force Awakens.
The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, the Rise of Skywalker. I thought that they put a kibosh. No, it might have been Force Awakens that they put a kibosh on Metachlorians. They were like. I honestly like they can't figure out what canon is, and like I blame the chick that's running the whole show right now because it's like honestly, if the guy over at Marvel can keep all this shit together, like what is her name? Kathleen Kennedy.
Yes.
Like if Kathleen Kennedy was running things the same way that what's the guy at Marvel? He's like the guy that runs everything. Wow, I just had a brain fart.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to start saying names because of the wrong ones. And then you're just going to give you a word.
But, like, if she was running it the same way, then, like, everything would tie together. Like there would be like everybody's shitting on J.J. Abrams' interpretations of Star Wars because it
Yeah.
didn't feel like the way that Mando feels. Mando feels like Favreau like went to his toys and like was playing with his toys. You know?
That's exactly what he did.
Yeah,
Favreau is a lifelong Star Wars fan. And he's admitted that multiple times in interviews. Like this is his baby.
yeah, and that like you get um the J.J. Abrams stuff, and it doesn't feel like he's playing with his toys. Like it feels like there was something like Star Wars went to Lost. Like that's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, The Force Awakens, I think, was a masterpiece.
Okay.
I think that movie was fantastic. Rogue One, also a great movie.
Oh, but see that doesn't count though because like it wasn't part of the mess up. Like Rogue One was fantastic. Like that scene at the very end where the whole place is blowing up.
Yeah,
they're
and
like,
it leads into A New Hope.
yeah. My issue with that scene was the red-eyed Darth Vader. I thought that that was a little strange.
Okay.
But like, if Darth didn't have the red eyes, that was a perfect movie to me.
I think I missed that. I didn't even pick
Like
up
when
on
he
that.
comes through the doors in that movie, he's got these weird red eyes that like
Okay.
make no sense.
Oh, interesting. I didn't even notice that.
And
I missed
like that was the only part of that movie that I was like, well, that just took me out of this.
I think The Mandalorian's done great things for the Star Wars universe. I think this is the best Star Wars anything that's been out in a long time.
Yeah.
I read an article earlier today. The Boba Fett series
Uh-huh.
it's only a mini series. So it's going to be a short season, and we still have 2 more full seasons signed up for Mandalorian itself.
Oh, okay.
So Boba Fett's just a mini series. It's going to tell his story real quick, and then they're going to get back into Mando.
Hold on one second. Guyver was just looking for the
link.
Yeah. Well, I sent him the link, which is strange.
But is he sitting in the waiting room? You got to let him in?
No, he was asking for the ID.
Oh, weird. You should just be able to click the link.
That's what I feel like somehow that Zoom has made things a lot more complicated.
Okay. By trying to make it easier.
Well, I don't even know if it's making it easier. I know that they have a lot of problems with like kids like slipping into
Yeah, they had a bunch of security issues for a while there in the beginning. And like adults or like teenagers slipping into little kids like school Zooms.
Yeah, well, it happened a couple weeks. No, it happened last week on the Wednesday thing that Billy Lane does. He thought he knew who the person was. He let him into the chat room, and then like somebody like gave him a full frontal, and like so now he does this thing where he has an overlay that like covers up the Zoom, and it's called Too Hot for Twitch, which gives him like a couple seconds to see who pops into the room.
Oh, okay. Before he allows their.
Yeah, but like at least in my case, like I know 90% of the people that are trying to get in. I mean, it's not like we're getting overrun. Like poor Billy Lane is like got 100 people deep in the chat room, and nobody's in this chat room right now being like, oh, I need to give them a full frontal.
I mean, it's our friends, so it's gonna happen eventually.
Yeah, just give it time.
But at least we'll be expecting it.
So, yeah, no, I think that honestly, I think that they need to get rid of Kathleen Kennedy, and I think that they just need to put Favreau in charge of all Star Wars stuff at this point.
So I didn't read the article, but I did see a headline earlier talking about how I think it was referring to Kathleen Kennedy, how she finally figured out the MCU recipe.
No, she didn't figure it out. Favreau figured it out.
Well, yeah. But anyways, the Star Wars, Lucasfilms, they were talking about how, like I said, I didn't read the article. I just saw the headline. So I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But it said that somewhere along the lines, they figured out the recipe, and moving forward, they're going to be able to tie everything in the same way they do in the MCU. Everything's going to be interesting again. Everything's going to be connected. all this, whether it's canon or not canon, is out the window.
Yeah.
It's technically right. Did you know the Christmas special is still technically canon?
Well, I know that a lot of people were very unhappy about that fact, but like,
Yeah. But yeah, 1978 Christmas special is still technically canon.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, I tried to find it because I just wanted to watch it for laughs last weekend, but
Oh, it's
I
so
couldn't find
bad. It's so bad.
I know I've seen it. I think I watched it when I was young, but like I remember bits and pieces, like Leia singing with the Ewoks and stuff.
Yeah.
But like I don't remember a lot of it. I wanted to check it out. I actually asked CJ, I was like, hey, want to watch Star Wars Christmas special? He goes, the one from 1978. It's like, yeah. He's like, no.
He's like, at no point does that make any sense.
I mean, he's probably already watched it, to be honest with you. And the kid's like constantly on YouTube.
I like tried to watch it and it's so terrible. Like they have a
Yeah.
copy on YouTube.
Do they?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'll have to rage that because I have YouTube, whatever their Prime is.
That's the thing, because like YouTube has a lot of like archive stuff that like you used to only be able to like buy at cons.
Yeah.
And what was I saying? Oh, did you know that there's a Fantastic Four from the 80s?
Movie?
Yes. Like a full
No.
movie. It like got shelved and it never made it to distribution. I don't know exactly why they tanked it, but it is so awful. And
Dude, they can't get that movie right. And I don't understand why.
Hey, you guys picking me up?
yeah,
I
yeah.
can hear you. Can't
can-
see your pretty face yet, though.
You don't want to see my face.
Of course, I
Oh,
missed that
Jesus.
mustache.
You don't want to see this face.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
The camera's turned the wrong way. Hold on.
Okay.
I haven't used Zoom in a minute. There we go. I'm turning it this way, and I'm trying to wipe my wife out of the picture because she just got out of the shower.
No, those are the
So-
pictures we want.
Yeah, I know. I see. You sick fuck.
Kidding.
Hold on.
Anybody's listening?
Actually, no. Well, she can't hear you, but it would be
Oh,
funny
okay.
if she did. Hold on. I am going to do this so I can actually see you guys talking.
Okay.
So
Hold on.
Well,
you just told me that you slammed down a huge bottle of tequila. What happened to you today?
What do you mean what happened to me? What happened to me any day? I always slam a bottle of tequila. this is just Tuesday.
You're like if I had a good day, like the tequila market would just crash.
Ah,
that tequila must be fire because it's still Monday.
oh, it's Monday. I'm sorry. Yeah, excuse me. My wife is telling me it's Monday. So
Yeah, I
apparently,
know
apparently it's been a rough week. All right.
Oh,
So is that gonna work?
Yeah, that works.
Yes?
It still freaks me out to see you with this beard. I don't know why it like ages you so much.
No, I think it's dashing.
It's just because I had such a baby face. That's why.
You really did.
Well, I never
I
saw
did.
you with a beard. Like you never rocked a beard ever.
That's not true.
You didn't see his
absolutely
handlebar
right.
mustache when he was doing the magician stuff?
I didn't have a handlebar mustache.
Yes, you
ever.
did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. Fire.
No, I didn't. I had a Jedediah thing going on. It was just a real tight, like wannabe Amish. But not my wife's. My wife's like, glad I didn't know you then. Hang on, wait. I'm gonna cast this up to the.
Hold on, wait until she, because I don't know what they're gonna be saying.
Oh, okay. Yes, fair enough. These aren't what I would consider the cleanest of people in the world.
Any of your friends, I would say no.
Oh, trust me. Yeah. No.
That's why I didn't even know who they are, didn't matter.
What are you talking about? I shower twice a day.
I'm not clean.
He showers twice a week. Yes, he does. Unclean, forever unclean. Where is my tequila?
I just had my weekly bath.
Oh, there it is. Yes, my wife's like, I just had my weekly bath. So what do you fellas up to?
My wife makes those
Congratulations,
same
Evan.
complaints.
Oh,
So how's the battle down there in Florida?
man.
Are you guys
It's
even
Florida, you
shut
know?
down yet?
What?
Are you guys aren't shut down. You guys are still 100% open, right?
Oh, no, we have-
Right back, okay?
We have a governor that's a shade away from Neanderthal. Like, we're not shutting down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I noticed.
Nah, that's the whole place. We could go legitimately nuclear. I'm talking like
Like Cuba
fire
sends
and
missiles at you.
no, I mean like fire and brimstone, frogs falling from the skies,
He's like, it's
and
fine.
locusts. And I'd be like, yeah, no, we're not, no.
Not a big deal. The bars are open.
So
Exactly.
you're still playing at the clubs. Like, does that freak you out at all, or like, what's your thought process on the whole thing?
Well, all right. So let me preface this. But are we recording this, or is it just
Yeah, you're on
between us
Twitch
girls?
right now.
Yeah, we're recording and we're live.
Sweet. Okay. So because I have to censor because of my real job. So
Yeah.
That's fine.
so
You're a boat mechanic.
yes.
We were going to talk
Yeah.
about that too, actually.
Let's just call it a boat mechanic, and I'm happy with it.
Okay, good.
I got you.
Okay. So yeah, it's challenging. Like it's challenging. They've actually the places that I play actually rope me off and shield me like
Oh, wow.
shield in front of the booth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't have anybody in the booth. Like I can like maybe like not step out, but like open the door to talk to somebody for a second, and that's about it.
But that's because of your
That's about
personal
it.
preferences because of your full-time job.
As a
It's
boat
it's a boat mechanic. Yeah,
As a
it's a
boat
combination. It's a combination of both.
Oh, okay.
If I didn't have those protections, then I couldn't take the club.
Right.
I can't do it. Like legitimately, like I'm completely locked up when it comes to.
Hey.
Hi.
How you doing?
You're on Twitch, you know that, right?
Hi, Miss Guyver.
Now you're famous.
You're live.
You're Twitch famous.
Not everybody can look
Twitch
at this
famous.
recording.
Like the rest of us. You probably have 5 followers by now.
Hang on, hold on. Let me bring my oldest in here real quick.
Is that
Capri.
Capri?
That's Capri. She can't hear you. You're in my ears only.
Oh.
Yeah, I would never let you guys out to the world. No.
Well, it's happened.
Especially some of the antics I've done with.
It's happened. Capri's wearing my shirt.
Why is Capri wearing your shirt? Come here. Yeah, come here. You want to see?
It's finally
So-
happened at 10 years
So
old.
stand there. So you guys both have known me for Chris. I've known you a little longer than Curtis, but not much.
Yeah.
It was about the same.
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah.
And you've probably known Renee just a few years less than you've known me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be like maybe like 1 or 2 years.
Yeah. I think you're around 18 and she's around maybe 16.
Okay, so
So
this
say 20 years.
So well, here's what's gonna be funny, right? You're gonna see my oldest daughter, and you're gonna laugh because it looks just like
Renee.
her mom,
Oh my God.
just like her. So I've known these two. I'm gonna
Hoodlums.
say nice gentlemen. I'm not gonna repeat anything that they're saying
Hoodlums.
because my daughter is 10. My daughter is 10. Stop it. Be gentle.
You got.
So-
I'm gentle.
So
I've
this
got a
is
14-year-old
right
too.
here.
Holy
So
cow.
this is here. Come here.
I think I've seen pictures of her on Renee's Facebook.
Oh yeah. Yep. So she's what? You're like 20 now?
Yeah.
No.
22. I'm sorry. She's 22.
Oh my
yeah.
God. She has the same exact profile. as you.
Yeah, she looks just like her mom.
She does. Thank God, because if you see this,
I know.
My
There's none
youngest-
of that
my-
you wanted.
Hey,
No, no.
my youngest daughter has all this.
Oh.
Poor thing.
it's so funny because to everybody else you talk to, you say she looks just like me, and you're still saying cool things. So what is that supposed to
We're
say?
just hoping she has a
Fair
really
enough.
good personality.
Yeah. She's very nice.
She goes, would it help that she has a really nice personality? And the true answer to that is she's a total ass.
That's the part she got from you.
Yes, that she got from me. Fair enough. All right,
And you got that from me.
oh yeah. Actually, I was just talking the other day. I was talking with.
Like does that? He like says like Laurel is like hideous. Something.
I'm not saying she's hideous. What, I said she looks like me. What am I hideous?
Yeah, well,
I mean, don't ask Curtis.
Right.
So I was actually just talking with somebody the other day. I was kind of reminiscing to this younger cat who I legitimately like. He picked up down here being a DJ, but he's done like a lot of kind of like off-scale production work for years. And I met this kid at, I want to say like 6 years ago at a club that I was residing at. And we became really good friends. And I got to kind of bear witness through his journey through production.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And let me tell you straight up, this kid is the real deal. Like, he's the real deal. He is open up to break out genres. What? I did not see. Yeah, I didn't see it. So he's a house genre DJ
Yeah.
/ producer, but he's done everything. He's done breaks. He's done every subgenre of house you can think of. Yep. Okay. Okay, so I have to speak quieter because we're
Now, when
getting ready to open the door.
Fair. Now, when you say does, you talking about producing? Or you talking about playing?
Yeah, he produces. Yeah, he
Okay.
produces. He's got a SoundCloud that's just it's exploding right now. His name is Johnny Two Shots.
Okay.
I'm not.
That's such a
just
Jersey
Johnny,
like DJ name.
he's the
Sounds like
he's
Ashley Moreshots.
he's the littlest, skinniest, whitest, silliest kid you've ever seen. Like, I mean, he really is. I tease him all the time.
But he's a smoke of a producer.
Oh, but he is ridiculous. I mean, the stuff he comes up with is aliens. It's
That's
alien shit. It's
Yeah.
alien. I mean, his first big track that he picked up. I'll put it this way: he's already been picked up. I think 1 or 2 times with Claude Von Stroke.
Oh, wow.
For Birdhouse.
Wow.
Yeah, on satellite radio.
For younger people listening to this, that's a DJ.
Yeah. Actually, the producer, but
Yeah, whatever.
So, yeah, man, he Claude Von Stroke kind of saw him. He's been working with Vasa and all these other just killer artists. Two Tails. He's got some really killer stuff going on right now.
Hey, when
And
you get a chance, shoot out his SoundCloud to the 100 Proof page.
Yeah.
I will for sure, because it's rare that, in my opinion, it's rare that somebody comes in that's housey that piques my interest at all. And he's got his first track that he ever he brought it to me. It was funny because he's like, he goes, Will, I know you produced, a long time ago. I'd like to get your opinion on this. And the night was over. It's like 4:30 in the morning. And he hands me a thumb drive. I plug it in and I just kind of play it on the system.
Yeah.
And this thing is raw. I mean, it's so good.
Really?
It wasn't even complete. It wasn't even mastered yet. It was so good. It's called Downtime.
Okay.
I about melted where I was standing. I'm like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, you definitely.
And-
Isn't it
Yeah.
crazy too?
Based.
Like, we've been doing this for so long, and we've been listening to the genre for so long that it takes a lot for me to be like, oh my god, like that breakthrough moment.
Yeah.
And like, I don't
Yeah.
know if
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you do it, Will, but I would highly suggest it. Like, me and Bliss have been on Beatport Link, and on, like, for me on Mondays, I'll pick a genre. It doesn't matter what it is. Like, let's say Acid House, and I'll go through every single track that's Acid House, and I'll go through numerically and just record dig, which I haven't done since Satellite Records was still around. And it forces me to listen to everything instead of just like being like, oh, this is my favorite label or this is my favorite artist. It like forces me to have to like legitimately record dig, and it's endless. Like, I will spend 4 or 5 hours record digging every Monday, and I have not done that for 10 years.
Yeah, you pop in something like House or something like Acid House or whatever, and you'll come up with 2,500 tracks. And like you have to dig through them, pick out what you want. I mean, you can search by BPM if you want, but you can just search through track. You know what I mean? And it's
So,
built like a library.
so I mean, with total respect, I mean, the differences between what I do now and what I did back when we were partying is my wife. She's like,
That's what
it's me.
She's like, I'm the difference, bitch.
So, so now these days, and I'm not even being remotely funny. My sets these days are anywhere from 6 to 8 hours.
Oh, you're just playing forever.
Yeah, I play forever, and the difference is that back in the day, I used to have to figure out how to, without stepping on who's before or after, how to bang an hour. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
or I mean, if I was doing something bigger, I'd bang an hour and a half, but I would put everything I had into that, and I would perfect every mix and every beat and everything. She's like, "You still talking about me?"
I have to bang it every hour.
So the difference is now is, I guess with the change in technology and just the natural expansion of ability. I play every genre. Like I can't think of a genre that I don't play. I do more multifaceted, multi-genre mashups now than I've ever done. Like
So
I used to do.
How much
Let me
does
toss a question in there.
Yeah.
So where and how are you getting your music right now? How are you building your collection right now?
So it's a combination. I mean, like typically what I'll do is I'll cruise around, YouTube and SoundCloud, and I'll find, someone just new and just different, and then it'll just kind of give me a thought or an inspiration for something older that I remember. And so typically now, and I don't know when the last time you guys saw me play, but I do 1,000 times more scratching now than I ever did then.
I think the last set that I actually watched was last year's Halloween.
No, I stayed up to watch it. I saw you at the what did we call that party? It was the last.
Wolfman.
Yeah, Wolfman.
Wolfman, the online one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that was like I did some kind of ghetto funky type stuff, and that's just fun and just groovy and easy to listen to. It just kind of, because unfortunately, if I was still in charge of the world of rave, not that I was or wasn't, or I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know what I was.
Kind of were for a little while.
Yeah, I don't know what I was.
There was enough stickers all over New England that they would beg to differ with you. So
yeah. My wife is shaking my glass of tequila at me like a cowbell.
Hey, it worked, didn't it? So anyway, to expand on my question a little bit, like, where are you taking your music from? What media are you playing? Are you playing vinyl at all anymore?
Oh, you mean physically downloading? Like, where am I pulling it from? Oh, okay. So I'll do YouTube rips. I'm not scared to say it. I'll do YouTube rips. I'll pull stuff off Beatport that I really like, because the difference is when you look at quality, if you're doing a YouTube rip, you're tossing the dice on what you're gonna get.
Right.
So if you're downloading straight from Beatport, you're gonna pick up at least a really clean audio set.
Yeah.
The problem is Beatport is the it's anti to the
producer.
Not the producer. It's anti to the concept of where we grew up.
Okay.
Where we grew up was the idea that the mainstream that you would hear is not acceptable. There's better, different music. So if you were to have that in today, Beatport is, for Boston, Kiss 108 of electronic music. Like, it's like that's the stuff that everybody knows.
Well, I agree with that. I think you're right in the sense that it is the mecca that most things get funneled into. And I think Bandcamp is where the other stuff lies. But to just touch real quick on the YouTube rips, with you playing on these gigantic sound systems, you don't think that the bitrate thing affects it at all? Like you don't see a degradation?
Well, that's a very fair question, and I'm surprised it came from you, Curtis.
Well,
So-
no, it was funny because I got a bunch of happy hardcore when I first started spinning again. And legitimately, my only elder statesman that's really like kind of like stepped up to like talk to me and tell me what to do right and wrong has been Jack McDevitt. And Jack was
Jack
like,
is a good dude.
yeah,
Jack is a good dude. He knows what he's talking about. I mean, he's been around for long enough and has a level head enough that he can describe exactly what you're talking about right now in very kind of elegant detail.
well, he
So-
said it wave file or anything better than 320. He goes, anything underneath that gets completely muddied out when you go to a bigger system. So like most of the stuff, because on Beatport Link, the stuff that we get is at like 127.
Yeah.
And like streaming on Twitch, it doesn't matter because like that's what
You're
it takes.
compressed anyways.
Yeah, we're
Yeah, you're
compressed
compressed
anyways.
Doesn't matter.
So like we're good there, but like if I had to take my sets to like a big system, I would USB and buy them and walk in with 320.
Yeah.
Well, here's so there's when you're talking about like amplification of sound versus digital in, digital out, quality, bit rate, all this stuff. You got to think of it like this. This is how I kind of describe it to folks I try to instruct. So, all right. So bit rate really matters nothing. I mean, it is probably the smallest form of what you care about.
Okay.
Bit rate only matters. It is only giving you the highest quality to which the medium was recorded on.
Okay.
Okay. So as an example, if let's say I have 3 layers, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And in these 3 layers is all sound. Okay. And I'm recording in 3 bits. That's A, B, C. Da, 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 So you'll only hear da, da, da. Now, whether I record that in ultra, super, mega high quality, okay, you'll still only hear da, da, da. Like those are the only 3 notes in the layer.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
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 So bits are the amount of the layer.
Okay.
Okay. So when somebody has 8-bit, if they were to do like 8-bit sound, it would sound like Nintendo because there's only really 8 solid notes.
Okay.
But when you do 16-bit or like 16-bit Sega, there's a lot more to not just the sound, but to the velocity of color and everything else.
Yeah.
It's the same concept.
It gives it
All
more
right.
fullness.
So when you're looking at, you were talking about, what was the rate that you were talking about?
320
so you
over
can
160.
explain music to me?
320.
You can
So when
explain music to me in video game terms any day you want.
Well, we're doing it on Twitch, so I'm trying to kind of make this easy to absorb. It's not exactly the same, but it's similar.
Palatable.
So when you're talking about 320, you're talking about a lot more ability to feel the minuscule differences between sounds as
Yep.
you go. However, if you only recorded it in 120, 120 sod, it doesn't matter because whether you're taking it down in 5,000, it still is only as good as what it was recorded into. So that number is not really as important as people think.
Okay.
All right. So what's more important is, and it's honestly something that I've just learned over time, is actually sampling your music and listening to the quality of what you get, looking, especially if you're doing a digitized waveform. I see Curtis has got the, DJ.
Oh, I've got an
DJM?
SV3.
Okay, so it's dark. I can't.
It's all
see
good.
my phone here. So I don't want to turn on my brightness. Don't tell me what to do. So you can't tell me what to do. I'm a man. I'm a man. I
She's
drink
like,
tequila
wait
now.
until you get off of this.
Drink tequila
I drink tequila now.
in the house.
In the house. Inside the house.
That's right. Boys drink tequila
That
outside.
I bought for you.
What?
That I bought for you.
That she bought for me. You want to see the glass? You want to see the bottle of tequila my wife gets for me regularly?
Of
Oh,
course I do.
yes.
Hold on. Let's pause this conversation for a minor breakaway.
All right.
You know the
Okay, so no, I said to a friend of mine the other day that I think my wife is trying to make me an alcoholic. So, and I say this.
I can't even blame my wife on that.
Stop it. All right. So, all right. You see how tall I am, right? So my knee is here. So you can see my elbow,
Yeah.
right?
Is that Milagro?
It's Milagro.
That's a huge bottle of
That's a
Milagro.
big bottle of Milagro.
Frosty.
It's such a good
You know what?
No, you have enough right now.
Since I'm here,
She's like, tink,
Yes.
tink, tink, drink some tequila. No, you've had enough.
no, she's actually, you've had enough.
So,
That's what she said.
Will, for future reference, Milagro is fantastic,
Mhm.
but there is a product called Montelobos.
I know it well. Yep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that shit is the best.
What is it, Montelobos?
Montelobos. That's their mezcal.
Okay.
No, I think for
That's
the
by
money,
Milagro?
It's not the same, but it's kind of the same. It's still William Grant.
That's still William Grant. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
my wife is calling that I'm going to I guess you can't rape the willing, but I'm gonna harass her tonight in my sleep.
It's coming. It's coming. It's
No,
That's
you
what
didn't?
It's just-
that's what I said. I said the same thing about 20 minutes ago.
it's just Monday.
coming.
Come on, hon.
So
Oh. It's been a long week.
yeah, it's been a long week. It's been a long week. It's Monday. So but going back to what you were talking about. So bit rate is not exactly the number you should be looking at. It's a telltale if the recording entity is
Quality.
quality, right?
Yeah.
So if I was going to take a sample, let's say for like a stem or something from Beatport, typically if it's a Beatport kind of exclusive type thing, it'll be recorded in a waveform at 19 bajillion kilohertz. It's going to be like 17 megs, and it's going to be like a 3-second sample.
Yeah.
So if that came down at 300 plus, I'd be like, yeah, okay, great, worth it. But again, you got to think about it. If I'm doing that 1 second sample is only going to be as good as what you use it for. Like I do a lot of scratching, but let's think about that for a second. How important is a scratch live time to a sea of drunk people going to be?
Right.
Yeah, I get
Now,
that.
now, if I'm doing recording quality, if I want to put down my next track,
yeah,
and lay that out, yes, I will go up. But to answer your question, going all the way back, you said going up to a big system, you're going to distort. You're not wrong, but there's a high and a low to that, and then there's a midpoint that's in the sweet spot.
Yeah.
You can do a 1 gigabyte song in wave perfect form, right? But when you play it over the speakers in the loudest club, the distortion of nothing more than sound and air as that exits the speakers.
You end up with Captain Crunch.
It doesn't. No, it's not that it ends up in Captain Crunch. It'll still be clean, but the audible difference to the average person listening to it is so minuscule that it is, in my opinion, not worth hemming and hawing over. You know what I mean?
See,
No, that makes
So
I think for me, the thing that like I picked up on the amount of what's the best way to explain this? Because I don't even think that this is technically a real thing, but it's warmth. Like I would like go to like my 120 tracks and not get the same warmth that I was getting at 320.
I think you're talking depth of sound.
It might be that, but like the thing that's completely changed my mind on this is that like I have a bunch of jump up that is 320, and then I jump back to the like 120 stuff, the new stuff that I get from Beatport, and it sounds more warm than the stuff that's 320 that I have
I think
on my
remember,
hard drive.
hold on. Remember, that's how that's not you, excuse me. That's how you, the artist, recorded it. And unfortunately, it's self-realization that if you think, like you'll put it in your own mind that you might get 5 songs and 4 of which may actually have more warmth in it based on their genre, based on their recording style, based on the tone, based on the key. It will have more warmth, but that 5th song might be cold and sharp as shit. But because it has the same statistics, you will think it's more warm than it actually is to an objective person that hasn't seen anything.
Okay.
So it's just something to think about. And I mean, seriously, like pull the song down, black your computer screen out, close your eyes, and just listen to the track objectively. Like, don't look at it, just listen to it.
I mean, with digging, I pretty much already do that because I'm flipping through the songs without really looking at them. And I'm pulling down the stuff that I like based upon the way that it sounds to me instead of like any of the other like, data that's, available to me. That's kind of how I'm digging because I'm like dropping stuff into playlist and just picking up stuff that way.
Yeah, I seek out more grimy shit. So I was like, I find hollow, like songs that sound hollow to me. And I'm like, pass. They're like, I want my deep, dark rollers and, I'm on grimy shit. So when I get a hollow drum and bass song, it's like basically just a high end. It's like, no, pass. But we do.
Well, and again, it's funny because that what you're describing right now, you can have a hollow song, all right, or song track. You can have a hollow track,
Yeah.
But it can still be warm.
Fair.
You know what I mean? You can have a warm or cold track, and it can still be hollow. It's the breadth and fullness of the other tones within, versus
that's
whether it's cold or hot is a different combination of things. Like especially when it comes to jump up, right?
Yeah.
Jump up can be very sharp. It can be like if we're talking about drum bass jump up, just to specify, it can be very sharp, very hard, and it can be very hollow. It could be, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have an underlying droning bass.
Right.
It just doesn't have a midsection. But at the same time, based on the tones of the clicks that it could have, and this is all theoretical.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be warm. It doesn't have to be like cold. You know what I mean? Hollow is not necessarily indicative of a warmth or cold.
Right. It's a different.
Yeah. Right. So, and that's a much more intricate recording type discussion to have about tonality versus semitones and overtones. Yeah, that's one without the tequila. That would take me
Curtis, I'm saying this could be the next DJ's not DJing.
Well, it's because we have Guyver here, but like if we have any of the DBC guys, it's not like we're gonna have the same discussion.
Yeah, fair. No, I'm just saying, like this conversation is great, especially for our first episode.
Listen, I may have never got along very well with many of the DBC guys, except for you guys and
Rob.
What's Alki up to these days?
Yo, we were just talking about
We
that
just
before we went
invited
live.
him.
Dude,
He's got a kid now, right?
he's
He's got-
pussy whipped 2 times over. So his wife is in control and his daughter is in control. Like, we don't even see him anymore.
I've sent him a few messages over the years. He hasn't responded. Last
I
time I
tried,
saw him,
so quick story. Over the last couple of years, not including this year, he bought a house. He has a wife. He has a kid. He has a pool at his house. So
did he win the lottery?
Oh no, dude,
It's
he's
just work.
dude. He's really
No,
good at the job.
Somebody told me, somebody was like, no, Alki won the lottery. He has nothing to worry about. I'm like, I don't believe
No.
that.
He won.
He
Well,
would-
well, no, wait. Let me
Come on.
speak on that for a second. He won the Greek lottery.
You-
He married a Greek woman. He's got money now.
No,
But-
he always had money. That kid was always doing
He never
like,
had money. No, he
No, what are you talking about? He
He lived in, like, the worst- town in Connecticut. No, but you know what he did, dude? He went and he worked for a collections agency. And he was
Oh.
he was collections for Anheuser-Busch for a while. And he was so ruthless that he moved up the ladder like so quick. And he got all these bonuses, he got all this stuff, and like he ended up now we have an Alki that has a ton of money. And it just all kind of spiraled from there. He met this girl, they got married, she's got money, family's got money. So now collectively they both have money, they're doing well. But no, we were doing little events. Curtis did a pig roast at his house. What was that, 2 years ago now?
yeah, something like that, like 2 or 3.
2.5 years ago. But every summertime, because he bought a house with a pool, he'd have us all over. And we do a pig roast, we do a clam bake, we did a shrimp boil once, and like it was rad. All of a sudden his daughter's getting old enough, nobody's been in his house. So I don't know if that's the wife being like, no.
No, you know what it is? It's adulthood.
It's
Yeah.
adulthout. Yeah.
Well, we were
Yeah,
talking
yo,
about that.
But yo, listen,
know-
this
you
is the
know-
biggest
listen.
Godsmack ever.
Listen.
Alki
listen,
had a
Kurt.
daughter.
Shh. I want to tell you a secret. Do you want to know how many ravers I let at my house anymore?
Hopefully I'm still welcome.
Oh, actually, apparently my wife is handing me another drink. And that means, yes, you guys are still welcome.
You told me you always had a couch for me if I came
Oh,
down.
no, she said it. She said, you're still welcome by handing me the drink.
Fantastic. Well, I can cheers to that then.
Thank you, Linus.
Shut up.
So, so no, I don't think that, that has anything to do with, being shut down by the spouse. I think that's just knowing who your friends were.
Yeah, becoming
and
irresponsible.
I
I don't know though, because like towards the end, like after his daughter was born, when she was still a baby, like me and him weren't buck wild. Like we were throwing a shrimp boil at his house with like 10 people. You know
Fair
what I mean?
enough. Fair enough. But in fair contrast, not contrast, but in fair discussion, out of everybody that Curtis, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
He's there.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
All right. So out of anybody in the scene that you've ever known, have you known anybody that's more like exactly the same as I am right now as back then?
No.
Like totally stable, totally don't change, totally,
Yeah.
back then, the only folks that I ever let around my close friends and family were those that I trusted.
Right.
So that still exists to this day.
Yeah.
I mean, to this day.
And it
It
becomes
isn't.
compounded when you have children, and you know what I mean.
Well,
You grow
it's not
up.
for me. It's not. I mean, even back then, I think like out of all the friends that I actually hung out with back then, there might be, if I said I had a whole 10, like a whole 10 that I really hung out with often.
Yep.
1 or 2 dropped away on their own.
Yes.
Um,
Fortunately, rest in peace.
yeah, 3 and 4 probably just didn't want to associate any longer with those. I still have that last, 6 friends. I
Yeah.
still have them. They're still in my life.
Right.
And so you were 2 of them. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes, we made the list.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I misspoke. Sorry, I misspoke.
Sorry, Curtis. Only I made the
I'm
list.
sorry. No, I just saw what he was wearing on his shirt.
Who, me?
It doesn't say no. No, you, Curtis, speak up. Where are you?
You're from Florida. This should be
No, where are
like
you?
a pride issue.
Curtis,
You need. Oh, hey,
how do you have that much orange
Will.
on a Patriots shirt? I don't
I'm from New England.
understand.
He's from
I'm not from
Colorado.
New England. I'm from Colorado.
I don't care where you're from.
Will,
So
listen
they
for a second.
changed-
Go up to your screen settings and put us in grid mode. You can see us both at the same time.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to see you all at the same time.
I don't
wanna see my
want to
shirt?
see you.
That's why you married.
I want to see who's louder.
That's why you married somebody from the South.
My wife's like, that's how you married somebody
I
from
only
the
care
South.
about college football.
I don't only care about college football.
Well, tell her that I'm wearing the best quarterback of all Florida, like that Florida's ever had. That she'll agree with.
What he just says is he actually hates the Broncos and he wishes they would all eat shit.
And
I know how that.
That's what I heard. I don't know what he said.
Yeah, yeah. It was completely different.
He's mumbling about something. So, you know, just when you go back to like, you know, friends and whatnot, it's, you know, I've had the same, you know, very small, very. I wouldn't always say that they were
the tightest of the rightest.
the smartest. I would say that they were.
Smartest friend.
My wife says that she is my smartest friend, but she competes
Of
with
course
the
she is,
mirror.
100%.
She competes with the mirror. So
I'm almost 2 degrees.
she's like, I'm the one with 2 degrees. So I, you know, I'm really fortunate that I still can carry the friends from back in the day that I did, you know, like you guys, and I'm not being facetious, like you
Yeah.
guys. Wow, were you just pounding like a tiny nip?
Yeah, he
Did I
drinks McGillicuddy's like it's
I
going
just
out
drink
of
that.
style.
I can control myself. I learned how to control myself. Whenever you should be proud of me.
There's sleeves of McGillicuddy's in my fridge because of him. Sleeves of McGillicuddy's.
So by pounding the McGillicuddy's,
Yep.
you now learn to control yourself.
Because no, it's by pounding nips. Pounding
I
nips
wanted
instead
to-
of opening a bottle.
I should be taking up the whole screen to ask because I just watched him pound a whole bottle of McGillicuddy
It's 1.5 ounces. It's not a whole bottle.
like an animal. It's a small bottle.
It's a tiny bottle. It's a little one.
It's so
All right,
awesome.
so let's change up for a second. So so you guys want to hear kind of what my newest project is lately?
Of course we do.
hit me.
You're one of the most
right.
interesting motherfuckers I know. Of course I want to hear about your new project.
Well, you're the most interesting mamma jammas that I know.
You have to say Mamma Jams because you have headphones.
All right. So back when COVID hit, actually before COVID hit, I do a show every year down here in Key West. It's called the Zombie Bike Ride.
Okay.
And what this show, and I'm using that term very loosely, is
Shit show.
yeah, that's a fair statement. So what this is, she just said it and she can't hear a word you're saying.
You just said shit show.
Yeah, he's like,
I love
"Shit
your
show."
wife.
She goes, shit show. He goes, I love your wife.
Because
All
I
right,
just said the same thing.
So what it is on our island, okay? Because I live on Key West for those of you that don't know.
I knew you were in the
Well-
Keys. I thought you were in a different key, but okay.
Well, I live on Ramrod, and
Yes.
that's not a joke. I live
Ramrod. Key
on
Ramrod.
Ramrod.
You've lived
yeah.
on Ramrod for years, so.
Actually, I've lived on Ramrod for 10 years. 10 years now. I know because my daughter's dead. So
Oh, is that how that happened?
that's how that, yeah. So what happens is every year, right near the airport on Key West, there's a massive group of people that get together at the first day of Fantasy Fest.
Is it a Christmas massive?
No, it's not. It's a Halloween thing. It's a Halloween
I
thing.
mean, that's technically a Christmas massive.
It's a what massive?
A Christmas massive.
A Christmas massive?
No, Christmas. Me. Christmas
Oh.
massive. You don't remember that when you opened NRO and you're like, you really want your name to be Christmas massive? I was like, yeah, I do.
Oh shit, man! I forgot about that. That's a long fucking time ago. Oh, boo! Hold on. I just gotta bounce. I gotta plug in my phone.
Okay. No, we've got to do
We got 6
jump
minutes.
over. Okay, so anybody that's in the chat room, I have no idea who's even in there. I'm gonna be
Hold
spinning.
on, I want to steal 6 minutes of Guyver for a
Hang
second.
on. I'm plugging in. If you want to have me for another few minutes, Curtis,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to run away. I'm just trying to plug my phone in. Is that okay?
Yeah. No, stay on for
With
6
you?
minutes. I got
Well,
a
I was
question
gonna
and I want to talk
plug you. That's what I was trying to do before we had to
Don't
jump
don't
over.
plug me. Don't
He was
plug
trying
me.
to plug you before you had
You
kids.
plugged me once before. I didn't like it.
So Guyver, just quick, this doesn't need to get into conversation, but me and Curtis were talking about the weekend in New Hampshire. You, me, Lindsay, and Anna, and Curtis. You remember that up at my cabin in New Hampshire?
Yeah, man, that was so much fucking fun.
When you and me were racing up 495 at 5 o'clock in the morning, and your
You
cruiser,
mean when I was chasing you with my police lights on?
yeah,
Yeah, there was that day.
that was awesome.
He's a
You're
boat.
driving.
He's a boat
you're
mechanic. Remember that. He's a boat
Boat
mechanic.
You're
Boat mechanic.
you're flying down. What I remember the most was we were flying down some like podunk back road, and I'm all lit up. I can't remember if I put the sirens on. I don't think I did because I was too nervous. But I
No,
remember.
you put them on 495 because I was behind you, and I pulled up next to you and I was like, let's go. And you were like, no. And I was like, yeah. So I knuckled it and you were like, fuck. So you raced up next to me. I was like, yeah, I'm racing a cruiser. And then I got in front of you, cut in front of you, and you put the fucking sirens on.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I remember those days. I got in trouble a few times for doing.
So anyways, let me ask
that.
you a quick question because you talked about your scratching earlier and like it's still like complete alien to me. So when you scratch, are you scratching full tracks or are you just doing
Samples.
acapellas?
Mm.
Like what's your
Actually,
best thing to scratch?
So I'm going to answer both of your questions at the same time because
Okay.
Curtis said acapellas and you said
No, I said samples.
Is it?
You said samples, I said
Well,
acapellas.
I'm sorry. Yeah, other way around.
Yeah.
Samples and acapellas.
Flip it, reverse it.
Put the thing down. So it's a combination of timing and what the backing track is. So if the drop track is something that's hollow, is a pretty good example.
Yep.
If it's a more hollow track that could use some upper mid tones, then what I'll do is I'll pull the bass out, find some type of a sample scratch, and I'll lay that in, or not just one, but like multiple. My two favorite are, Flava Flav, yeah, boy, and
I used to say that all
kind
the
of-
time. Me too.
yeah, and the iconic like it's like a gospel sound.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll use that one because both of which are very mid-high tones that fill that slot.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
could come out of that scratch with the yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yep.
makes sense. Okay.
So those are the two that because
But those are
is-
both just vocals. So technically acapellas, right?
yes, those would both be technically acapellas.
Okay.
And so normally if I was going to do so I'll do acapellas specifically. Like I've got 60 minutes worth of acapella hits, shots, stabs, just noises.
Hey, we never did a proper introduction. Anybody still listening? We're talking to DJ Guyver right now.
Nope, nobody's listening. Nobody gives a
I love that we
We're
did this
we're
at the
recording.
end. That's
I
what
know.
we're doing from now on. Like, we're not introducing people. We're just going to be at the very end, be like, oh, that was Guyver. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Well, it's a good thing because if you're gonna wear that shirt, nobody would give a shit anyway.
Exactly. Okay, so we're going to have you're on for the February party. You're playing drum and bass with us. If
Yes.
people are in Key West, because there's no restrictions, is there a...
No, hold on. That is not true.
because there are minimal restrictions.
Because
There are some restrictions, and actually, that's what I was trying to segue into. Are
You
you
can
trying
only
to?
carry 4
are you-
cocktails
hold
at a
on.
time in Main Street.
No, I can carry as many as I can hold.
That's what I love
So-
about Florida.
But Curtis, where are you? I know
I'm
you're
right
in
here.
there
I'm right
somewhere.
here.
Speak.
I am
He's
speaking.
still there. It is.
Okay.
His drinking was louder than you speaking.
I know, it's crazy, right?
So, are you trying to fancy out of me right now? Are you trying to go on to the next?
No,
Next person?
I'm playing.
He's
right
spinning in
after
a
we get
half
off.
hour, and he has to switch his equipment over.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Let me give you a short outro. So I've been working on something new.
Okay.
All right.
Something
So-
new.
It is something new. When COVID started, I started building a new laser. I built,
Yeah, we talked
built-
about that. Yeah.
yeah,
A boat laser?
and what?
A boat laser?
Don't even pay attention to Bliss at
A
this
Yeah,
boat
don't pay
laser,
attention to
yeah.
me. I just
Boat
say
lasers.
something's
Yeah,
on
small boat lasers. So tactical small boat lasers.
tactical boat.
Oh, Jesus.
On
So
shark.
actually, I'm really excited to say that I got my entire design completely, fully blessed by the U.S. government. So I am now the one of the very few people that are federally approved, like 100% unlimited in my power. I can shine into the sky. I can tell the FAA to stop flying planes in my area.
Really?
Yeah, really. I can actually advise the FAA that I'm going to do a laser show and to not, fly traffic in my area.
Can you send me
um,
lasers?
No,
Come
I don't
on.
want,
Just
I don't,
one.
I don't want to send you lasers.
I won't do anything weird with
I've
them.
known you for a long time. You and I drank Blue Lightning while
Oh my God.
stamping stuff on the back of flyers, and I don't remember much after that. except dragging you by both arms back into the room where Gil was
Talking
like,
about?
"Don't leave here."
Have a good time. Give me lasers.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm super excited about this. I've done a couple of very quiet events that have gone off really, really positively.
Yeah.
And I've got right now on my arsenal, I've got 5-watt laser beams, and in a minute I'm gonna have 30 watts.
Oh, nice.
You got any,
So to get an idea of how powerful that is, just to get an idea.
yeah.
The one that I have currently, my 5-watt beam, will shine about for a full effect about 300 to 400 yards of beam strength.
Yeah.
Like 12,000 feet.
So
That's a lot of feet.
when I go to the 30-watt, if I do the lenses that I'm planning on, I'll be able to fire the beam roughly about a mile for
Wow.
full effect. But it'll be visible I can get the height probably 30 miles.
That's awesome, man.
What's a
Yeah,
mile? Like
it's-
6,800 feet?
5,500.
I was close. 5,500. Hey, I think a kilometer
So
was.
what the initial thing was that I was trying to figure out, Guyver, is just that if somebody wanted to come see you in Key West, where would they go?
There's a horror house about 6 blocks.
That is
from
the
me.
best name for a bar.
No.
They're
Right
like, come
now,
on over to
actually-
the whore house.
Guyver plays at the
So-
Bat Wing.
Somebody wants to see a big
So-
giant whorehouse.
My wife's making jokes. So
No, that's not a joke. That's reality.
We're
We're
right
gonna
now.
crew your
I'm
wife up. You're done.
No, she's funny, man. She should be on here, and I should be talking through her. So right now I'm playing at a place called Fat Tuesdays, which is probably one of the most popular bars in Key West.
What's
Yeah.
it called?
Fat Tuesdays.
Yeah, Fat
Oh, okay.
Fat Tuesdays. Where I have and I'm not doing this for promotional purposes, but I really appreciate the team. Is the bar that I used to play at, which I want to go back to so bad because it's so much smaller. It's so much more like boutique. It's a tiny little hole in the wall. It's called the Tiki House.
Okay.
Yeah.
I used to own the venue back 15 years ago. That place is the bomb, man. I would love to go back there because I like playing to a small crowd, intimate crowd, because
That's
I can
what you
do
did
all
the-
sorts of weird stuff, you know.
That's where you did the Halloween party where you were in the ghost.
Yeah, on the roof.
outfits.
Yeah, on the roof. Yeah.
That was
So we do-
phenomenal.
Well, we do that on the roof, and that's not like what we do inside. I mean, we do like silly stuff inside, but that party, that was what I was talking about earlier. That's the zombie bike ride.
Yeah.
So-
Curtis, they
so-
were the satanic metal band Ghost.
Okay.
They were dressed up in the priest outfits from that
Yeah.
band. It was
Excuse me.
fantastic.
Excuse me. May I interject? We
Yeah,
were not
absolutely.
priests, and we were not satanic metal band ghosts.
Dude,
W-
We're zombies.
that's exactly
We
what they
were.
were.
We were. My friend Buggy was the Pope, and I was the anti-Pope.
No.
So
You were satanic metal priests.
So Guyver,
He's like,
that
you were satanic metal priest.
that covers the live stuff. Are you streaming at all or no?
You know, I was doing it for the beginning of COVID, but
I know where this
It's-
question is going.
it's not that I don't dislike doing it. I love playing.
Yeah.
I will play for an audience of me.
That's pretty much what
But-
I do every Monday.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
exactly. But the problem is that if I play for an audience of me streaming, the problem is that I will run multiple cameras to do multiple things, and if they all don't work perfectly, I fight myself on it, and that is the legitimate truth. And anybody that's ever seen me do a live stream will see that every time a camera cuts out, I'm like futzering with it, trying to do this, and like I'm jumping around. I come upstairs, I scream at her about nothing. I'm like, my shoes weren't in place.
Yeah, we're
Like-
just raw dog and live streams for like 2 people.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I actually really enjoy doing it, but
It's the
the
stress. of it.
problem is I don't. It's the efficacy of the ability to do it with less stress. Right now. I don't need stress in my life.
Yeah, I hear
So I'm
that.
sure Curtis has already told you, but we do guest streams on Wednesdays.
Well,
and
I was
you-
just looking at it from a plug side. I just wanted to plug if you had something that you were doing online.
No, not really. I got a little thing on Cloud still. I've got my. I think I have a. I think I have.
I had a little thing.
SoundCloud.
I would never put it on cloud.
I don't care. I don't care what people listen to. It doesn't matter. Go find my hypnosis stuff, man. It'll be much funnier.
Well, I appreciate you coming on and shooting the shit with us, Guyver. You can come back and do this whenever you want.
Yeah,
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Well, I'll wait for you. You didn't touch.
Curtis doesn't know how to
glass,
touch the camera.
Curtis.
No, my camera's like
Curtis.
way over there.
Yeah, his camera's
Well-
like 15 feet away from him.
Okay, there you go.
I'm-
Okay.
There you go. I'm here for the effort.
Yeah. Anybody that's still in the stream, I'm gonna sign out, kick back in. I'm doing Neurofunk tonight, so rock and roll. Okay, thanks.
Hey guys.
Yo,
Thanks
guys,
for
it's
having
great
me.
seeing you, man. Curtis, I'll talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.
Peace, brothers.
Bye.